Hi there. I hope I'm recording properly. This is Bob Dunsmore. I just wanted to share with you some reflections on the sad affairs of the insurrection now taking place. There's no doubt in my mind whatsoever Trump and his people have committed the ultimate treason. They have tried to destroy the government as we've known it, as a stated intention. This abomination of a president has been convicted on attempting to overthrow our government, and his many convictions have added up to absolute disqualification for the position, which is now being demonstrated clearly around the world, where we have just formally shifted from being an ally of the NATO alliance to an ally of Russia. I believe that the American people should, and I see that they are, making it clear that they do not want this man governing our nation as he is, along with his mafia, who should also be impeached, by the way, in whatever way possible, since he's not a government official, really, Elon Musk. But one of the beautiful things about this vision of the people taking back our democracy, which obviously needs improvement, is it would be very easy to install Kamala Harris and Tim Walz as president and vice president, since she won the election. That proof is out there now. We know that there were 3,500,000+ voters that were purged simply by having someone challenge him. And I'm assuming that most of those voters would have voted Democratic, or they wouldn't have been challenged in the first place. Just challenged, no litigation, no proof needed, they were simply purged. That amount of votes, if they went Democratic, would mean that Kamala Harris easily won the popular vote and the Electoral College. And so the fact that a people's coup of what is happening in Washington right now to restore our government would be an easy accomplishment to hand over to someone who won the popular vote in our country, and her running mate, so that they can then get about the business that is so existentially critical. The fact that we will have an extinction of life on Earth. Within 3 or 4 years, we'll reach that tipping point where we can't control it anymore. Some scientists think we're already in that tipping point. I can't even think that way because I have grandchildren, and I want to believe that we have the power, as John Berger explains, in solving the climate crisis. Our number one climate scientists, there's only one solution, and that is to give birth to soil, to regenerate soil. That's the word I was looking for. And to regenerate forests. We have so many elegant solutions that work through the communities and conservation corps and schools for lightening the earth by painting big buildings, the tops white so that we reflect the sun away. There's so many things that can be done, but if only one of the suggestions of our great mandate, which is at moveon.org and getting signatures now as we speak. It's a mandate number 26, which requires us to vote on it, is that we, the people of the United States, demand that all agriculture go organic. It would require the government to help make it happen where all the farmers who wish to get back to their fields that were confiscated be allowed back and be supported, and there might be funds, for example, available to rent the keyline plow, the also known as the yeoman plow, from Australia, which is causing a worldwide revolution right now by regenerating soil. In one case, let's see, it was over a 2-year period, they were able to make 18 inches of topsoil using that plow. And so we need help from the government to bring back and restore the soil. And the trillions of dollars that these large agribusinesses have accumulated by killing the earth should go into now restoring the land, I say, around the world that has been killed by these companies, by chemicals. By doing that, we will be able to reverse climate change as soon as Congress implements this. Within 2 to 3 years, we will see a reversal of climate change. No doubt about it. All the experiments are showing that regenerating the soil brings down billion, if it were around the world, it would bring down billions of tons of carbon and actually reverse climate change. So that we can have more years, hopefully until the 7th generation, to be able to deal with some of the principal existential crises facing the planet. There's so much that we, the people, could demand. We could demand that our website of the Heart Mind Alliance, which has allows you to direct vote on an issue, blockchain encrypted, so that you can have a personal ledger at the We the People website, where you can actually see your vote transaction number, whether or not your vote was counted and whether or not it was counted correctly. And it's in the blockchain forever. It's transparent, it's open, it can't be hacked. And that is in place. People are now voting on the first question before the nation, which is, do you want to live in a constitutional democracy? I believe that if the majority of voters in this country say yes, then it's just a matter of us declaring a constitutional democracy where we actually have direct vote interest in solutions put forth by Congress to solve some of our major problems like the climate change, and vote on them, vote it up or down. We can have that finally, because of the blockchain, the invention of the blockchain, for the first time in history, the first time in planetary history, we in this country could have direct vote and have it be secured where your voice would be counted. There's so much around that needs to get done right now. And so I believe that bringing down this person who is trying to dismantle our government and direct more money to finding out how to populate Mars as opposed to trying to save the planet, for example, or to allow billionaires to go up and spacewalk up there. Every time one of those rockets goes up, it wipes out all the savings and energy of my lifetime. So we need to move into a place where we as a people propose mandates for our government. Our government responds to try to respond to the majority will, and that'll be every congressperson will have to commit and pledge allegiance to the majority will. That's how a democracy works. That's what a democracy is, and we can finally do that in this country and get to work. But we've got to impeach the president and get Elon Musk out of there and get Kamala Harris and Tim Walz to start working on some of these problems and improving our government's efficiency, but doing it in a way that doesn't kill millions of people. It's so obvious. I think that the red states should be interested in the fact that we are talking about restoring the soil, because everywhere I have traveled throughout our agricultural West, people have said, even in these words, it's a sin against God that our soil isn't alive. It's a sin against God that the seeds will not reproduce. These people have had so much of their land confiscated, so much of their land dumped with chemicals, because it's the only way to compete with these huge agribusiness corporations, that they are ready to return to the earth alive. And it would bring about millions of jobs being available for people. Millions, almost overnight, as soon as our Congress made such a decision to have agriculture go regenerative, because organic farming is so much more hands-on, it's so much more labor-intensive than chemical agriculture. And it would, as NPR pointed out, it would end the immigration problem, because so many have left their fields that don't reproduce anymore and they can't afford the chemicals, that they've fled Mexico, Honduras, Nicaragua, Panama, Costa Rica, all of the countries, all the way down to Chile. I lived in Bolivia and I saw it just destroy the Altiplanos agriculture by putting USAID there to hand out, I was going to say a swear word, but it's not really food. So that the entire agriculture of the Altiplano collapsed. So bringing life back to the soil can draw down carbon, reverse the climate crisis, helping communities to reforest by providing alternative cooking fuels other than trees to billions of people who go out and look for trees for cooking fuel to feed their families. If they could get some kind of subsidy, I mean, cooking fuel is the only fuel that's not subsidized in the world. We subsidize nuclear, coal, gas, but the most essential fuel in the world, in my opinion, is for cooking and for feeding your family. And that's what is causing, the main cause it is, of worldwide deforestation, according to the United Nations. So you can see these problems can be solved elegantly, beautifully, low cost, low risk, low tech, and save our planet from destruction and give meaning to the rest of the work we need to do to bring a true government of the people and by the people. Means a government of compassion, of caring for each other, of universal health care and universal education. There's so many. Check out the Great Mandate at moveon.org, and you'll see some of the things that we want to vote on as a people. When we get, but we can't do it right now. I mean, we couldn't bring this about with Trump in the office. So those are my thoughts right now, and I am hopeful that with the incredible demonstration of insanity that occurred, playing right into Putin's hands, of course, that's what it's all about. Just make yourself a clown, bring that down, bring that government down, because it's been Russia's #1 enemy for years, and they want to expand their empire. And isn't it great that they're going to hand Ukraine over? Oh my God. Okay, so love y'all, and write me at heartmindalliance@gmail.com if you want to work with me on this. You've got to get the word out there. Some congressman's got to hear this and do something about it. That's the only voice we have right now, because we're not a government of and by and for the people. Thank you.